Hey everyone, today we'll be watching a best of 3 between Das Captain and IKnewFear. Some people requested replays from this Imperial Guard player, Das Captain. I only have them in Dark Crusade, so a best of 3 in Dark Crusade now. I am not sure whether this is a fun best of 3 or something from any tournament, but here we go into the first game. And Das Captain picks Orks in this first game. In the next ones he will be Imperial Guard. First game he plays with Orks. The next 2 games he will pick Imperial Guard. I've checked it. So I decided to show this game anyway. I am not sure who will win these games. So just we'll find out. On the right side of the map we have a CIC Das Captain with Orks. Starts with 2 Slugger Boys, a Barracks and a War Banner, no generator. The map is Quest's Triumph. On the left hand side we have IKnewFear, one of the best Space Marine players in Dark Crusade. He goes for 4 scouts and Force Commander. I am not sure whether Servant invented this or IKnewFear, but they both use this opening in some games, at least from what I've seen. But in general, good Space Marine players love to go for many scouts at the start because they get the map quite fast and they can even do some harass on the enemy. This scout probably will go on harass on some decaps. Force Commander will be out soon. Here we will have Big Mac out. Captain started with his strategic points located inside the base. He also captured this point, but he does not have this one yet. Here we have some shooter boys trying to deny scouts to capture this point. And now Slugger boys here will be able to get this one. I have no idea if Das Captain was a good work player, but we'll see in this game how good he is. I know with Imperial Guard he is quite good. Not sure about Orks. This is the first game I watched from him with Orks. This Force Commander stun was crazy. Big Mac lost over 400 HP because of the Force Commander stun. It should be attached to the shooter boys and just retreat. Fighting with a Big Mac, oh man, again it gets stunned. Fighting with a Big Mac in close combat, it's not good. Just attach it to some squad and shoot from range, or reinforce some Slugger Boy squads and attach Big Mac to it. Then you can fight the Force Commander in close combat. Big Mac alone in close combat is terrible. He will lose against most leaders. He is good when attached to the Slugger Boys though. Still this point not captured by Captain. These points also not captured yet, but scouts getting them already. Tier 1 and 5 soon for Fear. He does not have a generator though, and he has 0 energy, floating a bit on requisition. Finally, Das Captain attaches the Big Mac to the shooter boys. Now he will be in a better position. Point captured here and gets decapped. This is probably the second decap from these scouts. One scout dies, the other ones will manage to run away. Work economy is 68 to 10, man, this is low. And Das Captain disattaches Big Mac again for some reason. No idea why he's doing that. It's very risky. One more stun on Big Mac and could get him killed. Thankfully there's no assault marines yet from Fear and no tactical marine mass. But that's only for now, and there's still 4 scouts alive. here come the assault space marines. And one more squad is on the way. And the big mech gets stunned again. Just what I was talking about. This stun could be the end of the big mech. Somehow magically he manages to retreat. Well, that's a very bad start from Das Captain in this game, I must say. I believe he is not very experienced with Orks, or maybe he wasn't. A very bad position for him right now. He doesn't even have this point under control, and his economy is 74 to 10, and he is floating pretty much. He also placed these banners on the outer position. Crack grenades from the assault marine squad could destroy these two banners very fast. 5 minutes into this game, it probably will be about 20 minutes long, this match. Not sure about the next ones. Fear's economy 86 to 10. He needs one more generator and he can go tier 2. Fear in a much better position, his army is more powerful. But here we have big shooters on the shooter boys. And Das Captain will be able to deal some damage. Unless the shooter boys will get tied up all the time. Let's see, Storm Boy is also out. But the economy, work economy is a big problem now. 74 to 10, I'm not sure if he researched the armor. He tries to get the relic, at least here's the map vision for work, he controls also this critical location. Does not have control of the relic yet. Daka research on the way. Not sure if he researched armor, I probably missed it. Tier 2 on the way for Fear, 97 to 20 economy. Still better than the Orks economy, because he's got these 2 points under his control. Also one critical location here and gets the second one. From the middle, this location is so good if you capture it. It will reveal this way and this way. And even some part of this area. So if you get the middle location on this map, you have a very good vision advantage. Nicely positioned shooter boys here from behind. Assault marines didn't jump close enough to them, and they could get killed. Well, I place my bet on Fear in this fight. For the next 2 games I will bet on Das Captain, because he picks Imperial Guard for the next 2 games. But I have no idea who will win. Even this fight could be won by the Orks. I can't say. For now. Big Mech haven't got killed, so this is good. He was red HP for some time, but Das Captain managed to save it. Man, this banner position is so bad. Seriously, do not never build banners like this. Missile launchers from this heavy cover could destroy these 2 banners easily, without getting a single HP of damage, single hit point. Their range allows to destroy from a very big distance. Das Captain trying to engage, but Fear is already tier 2 and he is adding plasma to his scouts. 110 to 30 economy for Fear. And his assault marines are alive with these sergeants. He can do the crack grenade upgrade. He is going for it, melta bombs, that's how they are called. We have crack grenades on seraphims. On assault marines we have these melta bombs. Effective against vehicles and buildings, of course. And this is a very good build order against Orks. Because Ork buildings have low HP, and 2 melta bombs could destroy the barrack instantly. Maybe we'll see this in this game even, who knows. Here we have some fight in the middle, this Slugger boy will die. while assault marines try to fight in close combat, these shooter boys. And the mech shop gets positioned here. Work wants to make some vehicles, perhaps. Maybe a rhino to transport these shooter boys. It's quite problematic for Work to kill the assault marines at this moment in time. He doesn't have enough damage. And there's lots of damage from these scouts with plasma. And also from the assault marines in close combat. If shooter boys get too far out on the map, they will simply get tied up by the assault marines, while the slugger boys with a big mech will get shot to death by the scouts with plasma and Force Commander. Force Commander very low in HP now, he's red. Fear's economy 104 to 30, he made one Space Marine squad. Orks economy 97 to 30, he does not upgrade these positions in his base. He only upgraded this one. His economy could be much higher with these points upgraded. I think that's a little mistake from Captain not upgrading those listening posts inside the base. It would be better to upgrade these ones instead of this one. Knobs are out. That's right, now Knobs with a big mech will be able to tank some damage, and Work will be able to do better engagements with this army. Maybe he will get a war truck out to transport the shooter boys. And some good engagements can be done. Still, my bet is on Fear because he's in a much better position with better map control. And of course he is playing his main race, while Das Captain is playing Orks. Probably his second race, I am not sure. What I know is that he made Imperial Guard, not Orks. This could be a good reason for losing this fight. Fear added 4 missile launchers to this Space Marine squad. I can say that's a good decision. I think they have better precision when you add the same type of weapon in the squad. They will have better chance to hit the target and not miss it. As you can see, all the missile launchers went right into this war truck. Very good job by that squad. Destroyed war truck instantly. Das Captain wants to do some damage. If he does not, and if Space Marine hits tier 3, he will be in a big problem. With Librarian ability, Word of the Emperor and Orbital Bombardment on some Ork buildings, this game will be surely won by the Space Marine. That's why Ork must deal some damage on tier 2. As much damage as possible. Harris, here he tries to deal to destroy this listening post with tank boosters. Still 97 to 53 economy, quite low in requisition, and soon this upgrade will be done.
6 minutes.
Global upgrade for requisition, and work economy a bit improves. 112 to 53. Fear's economy 133 to 50. Goes for global upgrade on energy. And also Fear's economy is much more powerful. 2 assault marine squads fully reinforced, 1 squad of Space Marines with 4 missile launchers, and lots of scouts with plasma infiltrated. That's some powerful army. Fear can safely go tier 3. He goes for the machine cult, and after that he might go for the tier 3. 119 economy for Das Captain improves slowly. Here we have another engagement. but with only the knobs or the rest of the army. Shoot boys inside of this war truck. Also will follow the knobs and another war truck here. Shooter boys gets focused by the scouts with plasma. All the knobs got killed and even the big mech will probably die. A very bad fight here for Ork. He clearly stands no chances here. He should retreat. He had to tie up the squad with a force commander and these missile launchers. That way he could keep his vehicles alive. But even melta bombs got thrown into those vehicles, I believe, and got destroyed. And look at this, just what I said before will happen now. The missile launchers will be able to destroy the banners. Look at this. Even assault marines jumped into this Ork base. They don't care about all Ork buildings shooting. As I've said, bad position for the banner, it got destroyed fast. Also this listening post here. One killer can got produced, but I doubt it will help. A little harass here by the tank boosters. They want to destroy this listening post. 119 to 53 economy, still quite good economy for Ork. Not much worse than Space Marines, but still worse. 133 to 79, and look at this float. Almost 1000 to 1000 in float for resources for fear. Never seen such huge float from him yet, from the games I've watched.
3 minutes until we can win victory.
He probably gathers resources for tier 4. He can go tier 4 and even build a secondary machine cult. Here another engagement. Why does this big mech jumps into this army? I have no idea. It has no chances. It will die very fast. If he had a full squad of knobs here attached to the big mech, things would be different. He's already red HP and he killed only a few scouts. Orbital relay was built by Fear. He can cast orbital bombardment on some Ork buildings now. It wouldn't be worth it to cast orbital bombardment on Ork infantry. Just better to get here. This is a very good spot for orbital. It's only a matter of time until Fear gets in there to cast it. But he lost the force commander. Just Captain doesn't give up. And he's done quite a good amount of damage on this side with his tier 2 and 5 units. He made another killer can and he also made the mega armored knobs and a full squad of knobs, capping the relic. 110 to 79 economy, but no tier 3, while we have tier 3 here from Fear. But he goes for the Predator. Still, Grey Knights alive, 2 Dreadnoughts, 3 Dreadnoughts, and 2 squads. No, there's only 1 squad of Assault Marines now, and 2 squad of Space Marines. Still will be able to win this Orks here. Yeah, 2 squads of Assault Marines as well. So Fear did not lose anything besides his scouts from the very start. He lost the scouts and the force commander. And that's all, while Ork lost lots of units. Lots of Slugger boys, Shooter boys, Storm boys, Killer cans, knobs, Big Mech a few times got killed. Just better timings for Fear in this game. You can clearly see the difference of the skill in these races. I hope those next games will be much better, and I hope Das Captain will be able to make a comeback in this best of 3. It's probably just a fun best of 3, since they do not play their main races. I mean, Das Captain plays Orks. Usually on tournaments you pick the main race. Big Mac again got killed. Yeah, no chances now at this point for Orks. This is over, and Fear will most likely win this fight. Only now Das Captain goes tier 3. Very late. And his economy was worse than Fear's economy for the entire game. He just keeps making these skill icons to try and win some time until he hits tier 3, but it won't help. Where is the Force Commander? Probably wasn't produced since he died. And yeah, we've only got one tank booster squad here and a few shooter boys. With the big shooters, surely not enough to stop all this huge mass of marines here. Now Das Captain is tier 3. Big Mac gets produced again. Economy gets lower and lower. Banners placed on the outer position. Bad placement of the banners. And this is a pretty good map for Imperial Guard. I don't know why he plays Orks against a very good Space Marine player that plays his main race. I would pick Imperial Guard in such a situation. And I can't wait for the next 2 games to start. I'm really hyped about this best of 3. Captain extending the game for a bit. But it's clear he will lose in here, as I've said. Even from the start my bet was on Fear. And that's because Captain does not play Imperial Guard, his main race. And he's also had a pretty bad start with the Orks. Some bad fights, some bad engagements with a Big Mac losing tons of HP. Warboss got obliterated in seconds by the bolters. Flash Gits now getting out, but they will not help, for sure. They just do not have enough HP to fight these marines, staying in the heavy cover. And also a Predator. Is there tier 4 up for Fear? I don't know, but he keeps making these Predators. He's got very good economy. And he is way ahead in everything. Just look at this. How fast the Flash Gits die. They do not receive any bonus from the HP upgrades. That's why they have pretty low HP, and they should be used together with the Mad Dogs. Mad Dogs can use a Joyce ability on the Flash Gits and keep them alive for longer. GG gets called by Das Captain. Well, pretty good game from the Space Marine side especially. A very solid play as always from Fear. Das Captain though had a few mistakes with not upgrading his economy properly. Starting with a banner also was a mistake. He didn't mass enough units at the start. So that banner was pretty much useless, better just start with a generator and upgrade listening posts faster. And with a better economy to try and harass the economy of the Space Marine. Destroy some listening posts and decap them. Free Slugger Boys being done. Maybe a faster tier 3 into the Free Slugger Boys could be a good idea as well. In Dark Crusade, Orks have the Free Slugger Boys upgrade on tier 3 available, much more useful in Dark Crusade than in Soulstorm. And Fear now is tier 4. He can go for the Land Reader if he wishes. Just Captain does not quit yet. He wants to go for one final engagement with all these Free Slugger Boys, but they are just dead meat that deals pretty much 0 damage and only used to distract the enemy at this stage in the game. If Space Marine was tier 2 and 5 and not tier 4, the Free Slugger Boys could be of good usage. A bomb here killed more Orks than Space Marines. But yeah, the game was pretty much one-sided, I must say that. Ork basically had no chances. I hope the next 2 games will see the comeback. That's it with the first game. Let's take a look at the score and jump into the second one. 156 units killed by Space Marine and only 89 by Orks. Better economy, almost 4,000 more. That's a huge difference for 1v1. And usually Orks must have better economy for the victory. On technology also Fear wins. Hope you guys liked the game, even though the skill difference in the race knowledge was pretty visible in the first game. Let's jump into the second one. This is the second. Played on Fallen City. IKnewFear again with Space Marines, and Dust Captain picks Imperial Guard. On the right hand side of the map,
Yes, most beneficent
IKnewFear
I await your instructions.
with another color scheme finally.
What is your will? I await
And he will probably go again for the Assault Marines in this game, but he places the Armory faster now.
Scouts reporting
And he goes for 2 scouts, not 4. So probably this will be Assault Marine opening, or maybe Force Commander with Plasma Pistol also could be a thing. Not sure how well it works in Dark Crusade.
I await your instructions.
On the left hand side of the map, Dust Captain with Imperial Guard finishes infantry command and places the generator,
Capturing it was easy. Holding it will be hard.
and already captured this strategic point.
I hold a secret.
Starts with the closest point. Good job in there. Maybe a turret here could be good on this side to make sure he will be able to get this. Instead he goes on this point. I'm not actually sure for what points to go.
Reporting for duty, sir.
For this side of the map or for this side of the map. In this situation, maybe this side for Imperial Guard is a better choice. He could place a turret here and protect these 2 points. Still, he also goes on this side, and he has opened with 3 guardsmen and command squad. Pretty expensive. Command squad, 3 guardsmen squads, and generator, and also commissar is on the way. Priest already was added to the command squad, and this point was captured. Assault Marines here won't be able to do much against command squad and 1 squad of guardsmen. they can only delay the capture of the strategic points. Still a good thing to do.
As you wish.
Here the listening post will get finished for sure. Scouts aren't enough to kill one tech priest.
I am honored that you require my skills.
But assault marines can
I am on it.
kill this one. Assault marines have better damage to this commander armor. That's right. Tech priests have commander armor. They are not infantry. They are commanders. 56 to 0 economy for IKnewFear. Command squad goes and wants to destroy this chapel barracks. Wow. And a good decap here by the assault marines. And did tech priest get killed? I don't know.
Is that the best you've got? We did it, sir.
No, it's alive, it's right here.
Require my skills.
By the Emperor.
Now Commissar with the guardsman attached. Sadly he goes towards this point. It shows to the assault marines as it's not captured yet.
Sir, yes, sir.
Command squad here doing some trouble. He adds the Commissar to the command squad. I think this is a good thing to do. Commissar against Space Marine and Orks on tier 1 I think are better than the Psyker.
We'll need it. What is your wish? Let me.
Commissar deals more damage both in ranged and close combat, while the Psyker can only detect and cast the Strip Soul ability.
Such is the Emperor's will.
Also has some good disruption,
Wisely.
but the priest can also disrupt, so adding the Psyker for disruption is not a good idea. You mostly add the Psyker against Tau Empire to see stealth suits and versus Eldar when they make infiltrated rangers and Farseer. Psyker in those matchups is a better choice.
Victory is assured. The Emperor. You will have it.
Man, still a pretty bad position here for Das Captain, I must say. He only has 2 strategic points. They are upgraded though. These assault marines are such a pain. Did not allow the guardsmen to capture the map.
It is my duty to serve. By the Emperor, it will be done. They broke our backs.
74 to 0 economy for Fear. 74 to 20 will be soon when this generator gets finished.
What is your will? Yes, most beneficent.
And even 80 to 20 when this gets finished. While we have 62 to 20 for Das Captain. He should really get at least this point as soon as possible. He starts to capture it now again.
Is assured.
Command squad is not at the base. Keeps hunting the scouts and servitors.
Is that the best you've got? What would you have?
Scouts maybe will die. No, they managed to reinforce and still retreat. And Das Captain cannot manage to get this side of the map still. He should get the command squad here and fight somehow, get his positions. Otherwise, I don't see how he can win this with a bad economy. But look at this. He is almost tier 2. But we also have tier 2 on the way for IKnewFear. It will be just a bit later. Will Chimera save Das Captain or maybe upgraded guardsmen? We'll find out. Command squad again trying to do some damage on the other side of the Space Marine. Base execution on the Commissar now, and Fear sees that Das Captain is tier 2. This command squad should focus on the Servitor. Assault Marines jumped in here. They can... I think they have a chance against Command Squad in close combat. So Command Squad obviously retreats. Now this Guardsman with execution can kill the Force Commander. And finally, Imperial Guard gets control of this third point, only at the 7th minute. And his economy a bit increases. 68 to 20, it will be 74 to 20 when he finishes the listening post. This listening post got upgraded for the Space Marine. It's not destroyed. Captain won't be able to destroy it. Too many Marines here, and also the Servitor alive. Fear is also tier 2 now with a better economy, 97 to 30, and upgrades the Melta bombs for Assault Marines. So a Chimera would go down in seconds, if it will get out. And same with the listening post, one Melta bomb and some more close combat damage will destroy a listening post very fast. The guardsman gets tied up, some priests are required to be attached to the guardsmen. And more upgrades. Also command squad is required on the other side. I honestly don't know why Captain keeps this command squad here. I think if command squad was on this side, he could have captured this side of the map a long time ago and have a much higher economy. His main problem right now is economy, 80 to 20 against 98 to 30. This will clearly place Imperial Guard in a worse position because of his low economy for a very long time. He goes for 2 priests finally to attach to the guardsmen, so guardsmen will be able to move faster and have better morale in fights. And also satellite targeting resolution. This is the optic upgrade, and after this upgrade Captain can also make the heavy weapon specialization, so that all the heavy weapons on the guardsmen will deal even more damage. Here this guardsman can kill the assault marines, so Fear retreats.
You have chosen wisely. Taking damage.
98 to 30 economy for Fear. Chaplain going towards the relic, don't know why, probably wanted to fight this command squad, but they retreat already. Oh yeah, look at these guardsmen, they will clearly win this fight. Assault marines don't stand chances against 3 guardsmen squads. Even in close combat, the priests can fight them. So lots of assault marines will die here, and all of them will die if Fear will not jump away. He jumps away right now.
As you wish, so shall it be done.
Jumps even into Imperial Guard's base. Now also the heavy weapon specialization upgrade was done, and guardsmen will be even more dangerous. 81 to 30 economy for Captain and 110 to 70 for Fear. Man, this economy difference is huge. Fear has a big generator up. Now also Captain wants to build it. I hope he will succeed. I want Captain to win this game so badly.
Praise the Emperor.
Command squad here fighting the assault marines. I think command squad upgrade to the 5 members should be done, and add 2 more priests to the command squad, or 1 psyker and 1 priest. On tier 2 psyker already is better than the commissar. He's got the stun, he's got the strip soul, he's got the lightning arc. So yeah, on tier 2 psyker is more effective than the commissar for sure. Let's take a look at the map vision. Here we have it. Fear controls all sides of his map, controls this critical location, 2 critical locations, and the big generator. Here Assault Marines manages to destroy 2 generators in the base, or maybe more. It's good that Captain finished this one, so his income is plus 40. Without this big generator it would be plus 0. I think this guardsman should go right now into a Space Marine's base and attack. Instead, Captain just stays here. Not sure what he's waiting for. He's giving the Space Marine too much time. Maybe he wants the mechanized command with some chimeras and sentinels and then going to attack, but that will be way too late. I think Fear might go tier 2 soon. Here we have the sentinel. Man, I thought this mechanized command is not up yet, but here we have it. It's already finished. And this harass with assault marines is very nicely done here by Fear. It distracts the guardsmen a lot. They cannot go into a Space Marines base. Here we also have a Hellfire Dreadnought and 2 heroes and 1 Space Marine squad. While on the other side, Assault Marines wins Fear more time. And he goes tier 3, that's right. 133 to 70 economy for Fear against 110 to 40 for Dust Cap. And now with the Chimera, Assault Marines won't be a very big problem. It will be easier to catch them. But still Imperial Guard is behind. Worse economy and a bit outplayed by the Space Marine, I must say. Finally, seems like 1 Assault Marine squad got killed, only 1 left. Come on, Dust Captain, you can do it, and he is on his way to tier 3. 96 to 50 economy against 133 to 70. The difference now is Imperial Guard has got lower economy, but his army is so much more powerful. Until Space Marine hits tier 3, there is no chance for him to fight this without the Terminators and Librarian's Word of the Emperor ability. Finally now, Dust Captain maybe will go into some engagement and destroy some buildings. If he destroys this machine cult and the barracks, he will be in a very good position. Assault Marines and Force Commander tying up the Guardsmen here. Also the Dreadnought, they win some time by doing that. Command Squad wants to destroy the big generator of the Space Marine. We have 133 to 70 economy still from Fear and 103 to 50 from Imperial Guard. More sentinels on the way. Yeah, it's required to destroy these dreadnoughts. And some psychers. I would make some psychers to stun the vehicles. But this big generator is almost destroyed. A few more hits and it will go down. And Fear's energy income goes back lower to plus 30. 1 big generator gives plus 40 income for all the races except Necrons. Necrons receive plus 30 from 1 big generator. Still quite a lot. Pays up really quickly. Kasserkin on the way. Kasserkin quarters. This allows production of Kasserkins inside the infantry command. Finally, this game got a bit balanced. Until now, Fear had the advantage both in economy and army. Now it's quite close. Both armies of the players are quite balanced. And also the economy. Better energy income on Captain, but lower requisition. And this dreadnought might go down. Two missed shots, 3 from the sentinel. 4th one. Crazy. This sentinel missed the 5th shot now. And on the 6th one he hits the dreadnought. So lucky Dreadnought in there. 2 Predators out. But now Fear's army will be again weaker. Without the Terminators and Librarian. Librarian only now is on the way. Second global upgrade for Requisition. Terminators as well will be up soon. There's too many guardsmen on this side. Force Commander and Predator, will it be enough? Plus these Assault Marines, I don't think so. Command Squad got killed. Captain is on his way to tier 4. This game will be well over 20 minutes long. I think tier 4 will decide the outcome. Fear does not have tier 4 on the way yet. He's tier 3 still. With 2 Predators, Assault Marines, Terminator Squad with Librarian and Grey Knights. Also Force Commander below half HP. Fear needs a bigger army. Right now Fear's army is weaker. If Captain will make 2 Lemon Ras battle tanks, I think that already will be enough to win him the game. Also the Kasserkins, of course. Right now they are being in production. That could be enough to win even a tier 4 Space Marine. But we will see. Orbital bombardment gets casted here on these buildings. And that's a very good orbital. Right on these production buildings. At least the Kasserkins will get out in time. But these production buildings, Infantry Command and Mechanized Command will go down. Mars Pattern Command placed on this side. Here we have some fight. Word of the Emperor of the Librarian gets activated and his units become immune to death. They still receive the damage but they do not die. So Dance Captain retreats until that ability ends and maybe he will attack again. Also a little problem on this side with this Predator. The Sentinels should go to the other side, also a Psyker maybe to stun this and destroy it. 115 to 79 economy for Das Captain. Mars Pattern Command is up. He should order the Baneblade, but he has not enough resources. And 2 Lemon Ras battle tanks now on the way. That's good, a nice cast of the strafing run into this Space Marine infantry. Can Captain destroy this Space Marine infantry here? With the help of the Lemon Ras, maybe he will be able to do that. And finally Force Commander with Predator retreated for some time, but now he will go back into this base. Lemon Ras is here, focusing this Predator, but it gets repaired. Seems like he does not pay attention to this Servitor repairing the Predator. Half HP is already down on the Lemon Ras. Librarian winning time here, tying up one squad of guardsmen. No, these are the Kasserkins actually. Good job by the Librarian, he will die but he won lots of time and distracted these guardsmen and Kasserkins. Finally the Predator goes down. What a relief. Tech Priest should repair the Lemon Ras battle tanks. And he should think about this Predator, he must stop this somehow, otherwise he will lose the field command. The Lemon Ras should go back to the base and defend it as soon as possible. Also get some requisition to order the Baneblade. Only 100 requisition required. Very low HP for the HQ. Will it go down? If it goes down, there will be no Bane Blade in this game. Also, the reparation costs resources. Very bad position for Dust Captain. That's what happens when you pressure from two sides. You cannot focus properly. In this situation, the Guardsman player couldn't focus properly and destroy this side. He says GG, and yeah, Fear says it's an excellent game. For him, of course. Very nicely played by Fear indeed. Well, I think one big mistake was done at the start by Dust Captain with going with Common Squad into Space Marine's base. He was staying on this side for a very long time, instead of staying here and trying to get his points faster. I think this is the main reason why he lost this game. Even though Fear played very good, it's no doubt about it, like always, very solid play. He even outplayed Dust Captain quite nicely, and it was enough to win this fight. Captain a bit disappointed for losing against Assault Marines build order, and I told you why he lost against it. If he stayed with a Command Squad on this side, he would have dealt easily with those Assault Marines. He had 3 Guardsman squads here, Commissar, but there wasn't the Command Squad to support the Guardsmen. 1 Guardsman squad could capture the points, 2 Guardsman squads with Commissar and Command Squad could fight the Assault Marines and Force Commander. At least that's how I see it. But yeah, that's over now. Very good game here from Fear especially. And some mistakes from Dust Captain. I honestly thought he will win this. But it's always good to see a Space Marine winning in this matchup. The matchup is in Imperial Guard's favor, starting from tier 2. On tier 1 it's pretty equal, I think. Anyway, let's look at the score, and we'll have one more game, the last one to watch. The score is already 2-0 in IKnewFear's favor. 130 units killed by IKnewFear and 100 by Dust Captain. On resources, IKnewFear wins. Again, almost over 4,000 in this game. Advantage on economy, that's a huge difference. As I've said, the main reason Imperial Guard lost this is because he had a very low economy for a pretty long duration, while Fear had a higher economy. Even though Imperial Guard managed to hit tier 4 faster, he didn't really manage with the army split in the end to deal with a Force Commander and Predator on the other side that destroyed his HQ. That was a very sad moment. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Let's jump into the third game, the last one for this best of 3. On Shrine of Excellion, on tier 1, I can say from the very start, on tier 1 Imperial Guard here has a very hard time to survive the pressure. So if IKnewFear will have a good opening with Tactical Marine Mass, he can as well win this game on tier 1. Let's see. He starts on the bottom side with 2 scouts and Chapel Barracks. On the top side, Dust Captain with Imperial Guard. Goes for Infantry Command Generator, 3 Guardsmen, like in the last game. And he starts now with this outer point. If he does not get it now, later it would probably be too late and even impossible to get. And now he goes for this one with the second squad. That's a pretty risky cap order. But if you succeed to capture these points, you will be safe, probably until tier 2. Can Cap'n win this last game? I hope so. I don't want to say 3-0. I understand that Fear maybe is a better player overall,
Standing ready.
but seeing Imperial Guard win at least once
Present and accounted for.
would be great.
Capturing it was easy. You will have it. Will be hard.
As you wish, so shall it be done.
Command Squad goes towards Space Marine's base, wants to deal some damage to the scouts and maybe the servitors. That's what Command Squad can do at the start. Kill some builders, kill some scouts. Later also Imperial Guardsmen with Commissar can get towards Space Marine's base. Let's try to harass from two sides on this map.
Is assured. You have chosen right.
Also this way Imperial Guard wins some time. He distracts Space Marine's army. So it wouldn't go in the Imperial Guard's base, instead they will hunt this Command Squad.
You have me do. Fear and
Okay, so Cap'n manages to capture these points, no decaps in this game from Fear. So Imperial Guard economy at least will be good. I hope it will be better than in the last game. 62-0 economy from Fear. He makes Space Marine squad, Force Commander and one more Space Marine squad. As I've said, probably he will go for Tactical Space Marine mass in this game. That's what works best on this map against Imperial Guard. Big pressure from one side, destroy one or two listening posts, then go to the other side, destroy and pressure Imperial Guard. But now this point will be upgraded soon. And guardsmen get reinforced like crazy. Das Captain also manages to capture this listening post. And this tech priest might finish to build it. But no, one squad of Space Marine goes towards and might be able to kill the tech priest, yeah. On this side, 3 squads of guardsmen soon and command squad, also commissar attached. Will these scouts die? Oh, guardsmen just wanted to decap. Some fight here in the heavy cover between the Space Marines and Imperial Guards. Seems like the tech priest got killed there. Yeah, it's dead. Or maybe he got inside of some listening post and I missed that point. Imperial Guard's economy 8 to 10. The fight still goes on here. Crazy disruptions by the command squad. Force Commander already below half HP. Seems like Psyker used Strip Soul on it. Psyker got killed. Priest left alive and General, but they are very low on HP already. And man, this game will be long. Longer than the first 2 games, from what I can see on the timeline. Probably close to 30 minutes. Force Commander got killed. One good thing happens in here for Das Cap'n that could lead him to some domination now. 80 to 0 economy for Fear against 86 to 20 for Imperial Guard. Now Das Cap'n is in a better position. Builds the 3rd generator. After that he could go tier 2. 3 guardsmen squad still alive, commissar is alive and command squad is alive. From Fear we have 3 squads of Tactical Space Marines and Force Commander.
Yes, Lord.
Only now he builds the 1st generator. very much behind in economy.
I command in the name of the Emperor.
While Dust Captain already goes tier 2.
Taking hit!
15-20% weight tier 2 for Imperial Guard.
Is assured.
And there will be no tier 2 for some time from Space Marine. I think at this point in the game it would be great if tactical control was built, and yeah, he goes for it. Because to stop this mass of Space Marines, grenades could be required.
This day shall be a
Also have Force Commander again up. Let's take a look at on the map vision. Fear wants to take both relics. 86 to 20 economy, now he could go tier 2. 92 to 30 economy for Imperial Guard. He is almost tier 2, 80%. He goes for battle armor for the guardsman.
sir, yes, sir.
On tier 2 he will also make optics, of course, and
What is your wish?
a weapon specialization. A very important upgrades to be done
Inspire our men.
as soon as you can.
Let me inspire our men. Is that a
104 to 40 economy already for Imperial Guard, and now he wants to do some engagement that he reached tier 2 and has the armor. Also priests might be done. From Fear we only have 50% weight tier 2 and 104 to 30 economy. Now their economies are much closer, almost identical. Fear only has one generator less. One more guardsman squad could be cool to capture the relic here. And later on that guardsman squad could also go and fight. And here goes the trade. Will this be good for Captain, I wonder? He's in a much better position now and he has all the chances to destroy this army. I think he should try and catch the Space Marine army instead of trading his economy for Space Marine's economy. So yeah, he goes for the Space Marine army.
name?
It's not worth trade for Imperial Guard in the first place. It could be much better for Fear.
Devotion is assured. Shall I get started? What would you have?
Bolters being added to the Space Marines, I see.
Let me preach his name.
Not sure if that's a good thing to do in against Imperial Guard. Maybe when you have a Rhino, yeah. But if these guardsmen will get their grenades and not plasma, the bolters will be useless. Right now they have the plasma and they cannot outrange these Space Marines. But with the grenades they can outrange these Marines and destroy them. Seems like Captain will not add the grenades, he goes for plasma on the guardsmen. Here we have some fight. Will this fight be good for Imperial Guard? I wonder. I don't think so. There's way too much damage done by the bolters. Also Chaplain ties up the guardsmen in close combat. Some priests coming into the fight to help. Mechanized command on the way. 103 to 50 economy for Dust Captain, he floats. Crazy float. 85 to 40 economy for Fear. Fear's economy decreased. Guardsmen with plasma losing the fight in this heavy cover, obviously. I think adding plasma to this squad is a mistake. Just add the grenades, so you can outrange these marines when you have the weapon specialization and destroy them easily. Grenades could be much better, in my opinion. A Chimera will get out to transport the guardsmen. One Chimera can transport 3 guardsmen squads, so crazy. These rhinos in Dark Crusade were so broken. One unexpected move with the Rhino into your army, you might lose the fight instantly. You won't be able to retreat properly because there's 3 squads inside. And man, this fight gets again dominated by Fear. Even though Fear had a lower economy, he managed to have a very good fight here, to win the fight, win the guardsmen, and now destroyed 2 listening posts. Captain had to retreat and regroup, recover his army. 88 to 50 economy for Imperial Guard, 91 to 40 for Fear, Space Marines. Better map control for now, for the Space Marine. Imperial Guard is tier 3 though. During the time that Fear destroyed 2 of his listening posts, he went tier 3. Hellhound is on the way. Will that Hellhound help? No idea. Kasserkin quarters also being researched. Well, I hope this time 3 squads of guardsmen and 1 squad of Kasserkins with 2 Hellhounds. Maybe this army will be enough to stop Fear. Still 1 squad with 5 missile launchers. Crazy damage to the vehicles. And here the guardsmen come into this fight. Nice Hellhound ability on the Space Marines. They burned this squad alive. Hellhound tier 3 ability. Nicely done with that one. Still lots of guardsmen got killed. Oh, that's just a Chimera. I thought this is a Hellhound. That's the Chimera. So there were 2 Hellhounds and 1 Chimera from Das Captain and the guardsmen. He did not manage to win the fight. Kasserkins only now will be made. No tier 3 on the way yet for the Space Marines.
Marine squad deployed.
He adds 1 more Space Marine squad.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Today the enemy shall know fear. We're under fire!
Will Das Captain be able to win this? I want him to win the game. Honestly, why so much plasma on this guardsman? I don't know. Plasma cannot outrange the Space Marine bolters, while the grenades on the guardsmen can outrange. At least in Soul Storm they can, and I think grenades in Soul Storm are better in some situations, like this one. With plasma, guardsmen have to get too close, and not all of them, but many guardsmen die. So that plasma just doesn't really pay off. They can't kill much. They get killed too easily, I mean the guardsmen, by the Space Marines, when they get too close. With a grenade it will be different. Anyway, not everything is lost yet for Das Captain. We are only half into this game. I hope we'll see some massive tier 4 battle in the end. 96 to 50 economy. 133 to 40 economy for Space Marine. No tier 3 on the way yet. Fear wants to play a full tier 2 and 5 game with proper economy. Will Captain manage to get this army somehow and kill it? I think these guardsmen are capable of destroying this army. It will be harder now with the coming of this dreadnought. So as you can see, guardsmen got a bit close to these Space Marines, they lost the morale. Without grenades they cannot really do much. With the grenades they could stay from a bigger distance and still do the damage, and even disrupt the Space Marine units. Or maybe Dark Crusade grenades were worse, I have no idea. Mechanized command got destroyed here.
I feel the Emperor's blessing return.
2 Hellfire Dreadnoughts. Big problem for the Guardsman mass. Man, this Sphere gameplay is really so good. He outplays his enemy so badly. And he almost makes no mistakes. No greedy tech, no greedy economy. Just a very solid play. Really one of the best Space Marine players I've seen. Now Captain tries to surround the Space Marine army, but while he gets closer, how many guardsmen get killed? So crazy. Huge damage done to Imperial Guard base. Honestly, I don't know how will Captain recover after this. And this best of 3 might well be a 3-0 in Fear's favor. I really want to see the comeback. He has got a pretty huge guardsman mass in here with Caesar Kings. He makes the Sentinels. He's also got tier 3. Fear is only tier 2. Now he's also tier 3 on the way. And what will happen now? Another engagement from Captain into this army. Please destroy these Marines. Nice position with the Sentinel here. They do not get reached by the missile launchers, and they manage to destroy 1 Hellfire Dreadnought. But the rest of the guardsmen, will they kill this army? Oh yeah, slowly they do. And the second Dreadnought goes down. Force Commander now is the problem. He ties up 1 guardsman squad. Must get focused and killed. And Fear loses a lot in this fight. Finally 1 good engagement from Captain here. It took a while to kill some Marines. Now what will it take to win the game for him? Because it's not over yet. Fear will be tier 3 soon. Captain's economy not so bad for 3 strategic points, 96 to 40. Here's the map vision for Imperial Guard. Here's the map vision for Fear, and Fear's economy is still higher, and Fear now is tier 3. Predators on the way, Terminators on the way, and the Rhino with filled with Space Marines goes again into Imperial Guard's base. But we also have some guardsmen here, some decent amount of infantry. From Das Captain will destroy this machine cult pretty fast. Even the Predator doesn't get out. And this base trade now will be better for Imperial Guard, that's for sure. This mass of guardsmen will be able to deal much more damage to the Space Marine base and much faster. Although Captain will also lose this mechanized command and infantry command, and if he will not get back to his base, he might even lose the field command. I am sure he does not want to that thing that happened in the second game to repeat again, so now he goes back to defend his base. He's done some nice damage on this side already, so yeah, going back to defend is a good idea, I think. Come on, just go in here.
What is your wish?
He needs to figure out how to destroy this Rhino, so Space Marine wouldn't retreat so easily. Field command slowly goes down on HP.
What would you have me do?
And Imperial Guard goes in. Sentinel nicely focusing the Dreadnought. It should switch the focus on the Rhino, and he does that. Very nice. And these Space Marines now will move and retreat much slower out of this position. This will give our Imperial Guard friends some cool advantage. Yeah, that will hurt Fear a lot. He could potentially lose all of his army. But he's done a very great damage to Imperial Guard's base as well. 54 to 39 economy for Dusk Captain, very low. 86 to 66 for Fear. Restores his machine cult. Without predators he has no chances. He lands his terminators on this side again. Probably guardsmen should go in there and catch these terminators somehow and kill them. And that will assure Imperial Guard's victory. I am almost sure if he kills those terminators, it's over. But destroying this machine cult can also be good. Sentinels aren't very good against Predators. Predators has lots of HP. And the Predator can destroy Sentinels before Predator gets destroyed. That's the problem. Unless the Predator gets stunned, of course, by the Psyker, but there's no Psyker. There's just this huge mass of guardsmen that can obliterate a Space Marine army in seconds. One good engagement is all that Imperial Guard will need. Man, this economy will melt here for Space Marines. Even his stronghold could go down very quickly. But look at this side also. Space Marine focusing the field command and it goes down even faster. Now Imperial Guard should think about building an HQ somewhere, placing some production building to keep himself alive. He makes a Chimera. He needs that Chimera to transport the guardsmen faster around the map. HQ for Imperial Guard goes down. Space Marine stronghold is still up. Imperial Guard's economy is 59 to 18. Space Marine's economy is 103 to 13. Well, at least Imperial Guard's army is more powerful now. Does he have any other building? He places infantry command here. That's good, but Terminators could find it. While these Space Marines will destroy this mechanized command. Or maybe they will get killed by the Kasserkins. What a crazy game. Oh nice, this was a good catch of these Terminators. Infantry command will not get destroyed for sure. Kasserkins might go down though, that will be bad. One Kasserkin survived. 102 to 13 economy for Fear, still better economy. He can even recover with this economy. While on Imperial Guard we only have 60 to 0. Much worse economy but still more powerful army. Only a few more minutes to go into this game, I will just hide that timeline. This Space Marine here will go down and Imperial Guard also hits tier 4. I don't know why he needs this. He doesn't have an HQ, but he might want to recover. He could well cancel that tier 4 and make some resources reserve. Instead tier 4 is finished. He will need a tier 3 HQ if he wants to go for the Baneblade, but the game will end much faster. We've only got 2 squads of Terminators from Fear. Will Fear recover? He goes for the Force Commander. Oh, Chaos Predators on the way. Not Chaos Predators, Space Marine Predators. Man, this Game's been so intense, I am messing up already.
Defending objective.
What's the problem now for Das Captain? He does not have anti-vehicle. How will he destroy this Space Marine Predator? I have no idea. And if he does not destroy the production building of the Space Marines, he is probably a dead man. He restores the field command here. Oh, and he can make the Sentinels without the HQ. I didn't know about that. That's great, not over yet then. Chapel Barracks will go down in a few seconds here. Infantry command will get destroyed. One Sentinel is out. One Chimera. But no, Plasma will not be enough to destroy a Predator. Probably it would be better to focus the Stronghold and this Machine Cult. And if you destroy this fast enough, before Space Marine destroys your HQ, Imperial Guard can still win. Fear placed Chapel Barracks pretty close to his other buildings. 3 servitors repairing this Predator, it looks a bit funny. Instead of going down on HP, Predator goes up on HP. And Sentinel will go down probably. Plasma still deals some decent amount of damage to the Predator. But focus this HQ, this Stronghold already. I think we might see the end of the game soon if this infantry command goes down, but I mean if this field command goes down, but there's also a field infantry command here. Yeah, sorry guys, messing up a bit. 3 long games. And solo casting is quite hard, to be honest. It's much easier if you have someone to talk with. For now, I am doing the casts alone. Maybe on some tournament I will try dual casting with somebody. I'm not sure who, maybe Oxo will want to help me with this. Here the Stronghold goes down and who will win this? Only infantry command left for Capon and Chapel Barracks for Fear. Who will destroy this faster? Oh yeah, it's over. Das Capon will lose this. Nothing left for him. And Space Marine is victorious. He even placed a Stronghold on the other side, on Imperial Guard's base, so it would be close to impossible to even destroy these Predators and Terminators. Still a very good game, but sadly, Das Capon loses with a score 3-0 in this best of 3. Probably just a fun best of 3. If he played Imperial Guard on Quest's Triumph, maybe he would win and the score would be different, but he played Orks. I hope you guys enjoyed this best of 3. Let's look at this score. Very close. Both on units killed and the buildings destroyed, and even on resources. But Fear still was dominating a bit because in the late game had better economy. And those base trades were so crazy. Well, that's it with this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave your feedback below. If you disliked the video, leave your dislike. If you liked it, leave a like. If you are new, subscribe. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.